Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour and welcome back to the 1v1 replay cast. Today we have some new players on our hands. We've got Shitzu down in the south, named after a type of dog, I think. I don't know much about dogs, but that's where I recognize that name from. And we've got him playing as the Cyan China Vanilla down in the south of Gorge Drought. Then up in the north we have boon, and he's playing as the green color in the GLA Vanilla faction. So straight away I noticed something different here. We've got a dozer going straight to the middle. This was sent in by a viewer, this replay. Usually I go and find these replays either on the forums or I download it from Gentool or whatever, but this one actually was sent in. So yeah, what are we going to see here with this forward dozer? We've got a forward dozer building a forward war factory. So I'm imagining there's going to be flamers coming out of here, but the bad thing is that boon actually sent a worker here. And he could have already been building a tunnel. I don't know why. Like, if that was me and I saw this, I probably would have started dropping down a tunnel either there, which probably would be completed about now. And then you could probably take down this first flamer that comes out. Or you could drop it down here, maybe. Either way, it would have finished. And then you could have queued up terrorists just in case the flamer does come. Queue up terrorists, so as soon as the flamer pops out, you can kill it. But regardless, yeah, we've got a CC keep for Shitzu, this forward war factory. And second supplies being dropped down. No mines on this war factory. So yeah, terrorists could have already done some damage. I mean, terrorists combined with the tunnel and the RPGs probably would have finished that war factory, and that could potentially even be GG right there. But the fact that this flamer has been now produced and going down to his left side, it's going to be more difficult to deal with. There is also a tunnel being built here. However, it is very, very slow. And this war factory looks to have been a fake. Is that because he's going... Yeah, he's going fast oil capture. So I think Green has made several mistakes here. He's also making a radar ban as his first unit. He's going to lose his supply over here on the left side. We've got a tunnel here on the left side from Green, more forward position. So yeah, worth saying this is not like Rage and Size, the X-Scal, it's not the top 3 players in the world. Occasionally we will cast other replays with much newer players, or... I'm not saying these players are brand new, but it's obviously not the super highest level that we're used to casting like Rage and Size, but it's good to cast all different levels. That flamer there did not actually finish off the supply, but he began to sell it. No technical veterancy here on the technical. And that guy is going to go down. If he gets the last hit, he should gain some veterancy. Weirdly didn't. Thought he would have gained a little bit of veterancy, but there is a second flamer here now. It does get some scrap on this technical. So it has the opportunity here to get a super tech if that flamer does go down. That flamer really needs to turn that flame wall around and flame down that technical. Guaranteed would have gone down right there. Yeah, didn't. He's now got a super tech. He needs to go inside that tunnel, if you ask me, and repair. And then come in to take a few fights. You can probably pick off most of China with that single one unit. But yeah, supply did get sold even though it didn't go down. Arms leader is being repaired, which is good. Scorpion tanks are good against these flamers. And we've got the super tech now on this left-hand side with the RPGs. He's just going to shoot the supply. He's avoiding any mines that could be there, because for all he knows, there could have been mines there. But now this RPG's fired a few shots. He knows that those 2 trucks really could have been dead with that super tech. Super techs come over this other side though. Those RPGs have been killed, and then here we've got this. Oh, these 2 trucks being killed. No mines, and the truck's not moved. Outpost here has been gunned down by this tunnel. If I was boon now, I'd be thinking I'm at risk of losing the game here. So I'd be making probably quads is my answer. And I'd probably be making 2 or 3 tunnels extra. I'd be spending that money, because if he loses this tunnel here, yeah, his forward tunnel, it's looking very bad. The trucks here have died. Trucks here still alive. Bunker has been dropped down here on the left. And the main base, yeah, looking like it's going to go down. China Vanilla, obviously the weaker army here. However, yeah, I don't think Green is playing absolutely perfectly. But as far as I'm aware, these are quite new players. I don't know if they've played in the past or how long they've actually been playing. But they're not like Clan Wars players or anything like that. I think they play each other. We have got some units inside there. I don't know if that's a worker or RPGs, but if that's an RPG, I'm surprised it actually didn't shoot the dozer there. Could have lost the scaffold. So we've got a slight base trade situation. This technical has been wrecking the main base. I did see he force fired the ground there just to check if there was mines. At least I think he did. Vanilla Battle Masters, that's a rare sight. Don't often see those. The oil did get captured up here. That car is there moving because he's placed a barrack scaffold down on there. Flame Wall coming in, and this supply definitely will go down. Probably should have sold that one rather than give him the XP. Want to sell that one. RPGs. Oh, that scaffold needs cancelling really badly because that's obviously 1,500 lost if that outpost, the RPGs inside, just shoot at the supply there. And that will go down. But the outpost wasn't really controlled that well. It didn't force fire. It didn't shoot the scaffold, rather, not even force fire. Yeah, that super tech does wreck absolutely everything. So China Vanilla lost the majority of his base. Got a second war factory over here on the right side. Damage now being put out on that reactor there. Did Cyan get a sneaky dozer anywhere? No, he didn't. So he's still got his CCs. So I mean, that super tech could finish the CC. It wouldn't take an awful amount of time. It would take time, but it wouldn't take an awful amount of time. I really think GLA can win this. It all comes down to that super tech and if the China Vanilla player can take it out or not. This is a little bit risky with the super tech, but it still should be able to win that engagement. It is Vet 3 now, so of course will heal. Super quick unit. Loads of HP. Okay, Cyan has made some infantry down here on the left side. The super tech's still running around. What does green have left? He's still got this scaffold here, which definitely does need cancelling, because if he cancels that, he's actually got 5.5k. In which case, you just drop down loads of tunnels here, and you probably just win the game with this one super tech. The super tech's still running around. Workers here are going to get gunned down. That supply did get either cancelled or closed down. We've got one truck still collecting, so he's still got some income. Cyan does. He's rebuilding a power plant here. Looks like he sold his CC to get enough money to build that power plant. Green's got 5.1k now. Really needs to get more tunnels out, I think, because he's just floating a crazy amount of cash. Super Tech currently not doing anything. The units here for green, well, everything's going to go down. He's probably going to get worker hunted unless he gets a worker out, or probably should be placing scaffolds out on the map. Use this one for this technical for vision. Just have a worker here, actually. That's the worker from the very beginning that he did put there. It did go past the war factory, so Cyan should have seen that, but actually I think he's forgotten about it by this point in the game. 8 minutes in. Super Tech's still running around. Took out the truck there. The power plant now going to go down, and I don't think a Shitzu is going to have enough money to drop down a supply, because once that power goes down, yeah, he's not going to have any more money for a supply. So we're going to come down to the last few buildings, I think. Power plant there going down. I could have sold that, I suppose, just to get a bit of extra money, because every penny here in this game type situation is going to take, is going to make a difference. Yeah, every little penny. It could end up being a terrorist made from there, or it could be an extra flamer, could end the game. It's really getting a close game. So we've got building here, building here. War factory did get sold. But what has he made? Oh, he's made trucks. That's what he's made. Has made trucks. One way you could catch that super tech out, I suppose, would be to park up these outposts, because obviously they're invisible. Park them up by your trucks where you need to protect. You can keep the one gap there. So he'll come in, think there's only one gap. But actually, he's surprised, then the 3 or 4 outposts will reveal themselves. But yeah, OON Boon, has he got his worker inside of there? I think he does, because I can't select the technical. So yeah, I think he's got it. I think he has got the worker inside of there. So he's going to go and put it somewhere. Cyan, currently still collecting. He has his power now, so he can build a supply at normal rate. He's dropped a supply at the top left, but the technical is known to be there by Science. Science following it, so he needs to save that worker, really. I'd be getting that worker inside the technical and then running away, because currently, if that worker goes down, he's worker hunted. And I don't even think the worker's going to finish the supply. So yeah, I think he's worker hunted. Terrorists being made by the green GLA. He's got loads more terrorists up here in the top right. So yeah, green is now officially worker hunted. But Cyan is at risk of getting those hunted as well. This is quite an insane game. Again, I know it's not like Rage vs. Size like we saw the other day. It's not like the highest ever level, but for new players, this is actually quite a close and entertaining game. Those are getting picked off there. Power plant is going to go down, it seems. Okay, so technical is going to go over to this right side, and now is that the last building? It's not the last building. There is still a war factory here. It's got loads of terrorists here. So green's last building is literally that. So this could come down to it all depends on that super tech. But I mean, if green has the most perfect micro, just concentrates on that, then really he should still win the game. Even if all of this stuff attack moves to that barracks, I'm pretty sure that technical, if microed correctly, can take out all of this before it even reaches its target. You can see, just picks them off one by one. The only way these units have a chance is if they all stay grouped together. But even then, though, the technical could just base trade. Like, this is the last war factory. Oh, the technical. Technical's going to run away. He's trying some fancy terrorist work there. But a few terrorists do get left standing. Few RPGs inside of there as well. I wonder if he's going to risk too much with this. Is the Cyan China player going to be able to spot that last barracks up there in the top right is actually the last building? I don't know. These two, I don't know if they've got something inside it. Let's just have a look.
Our power is low.
Yeah, they do. So if we have a look from his perspective, got this hidden barracks up here. Oh, he has found it. So it could come down to a last. It's going to come down to the last few buildings. Like, who's going to be able to kill the building fast enough? I think the barracks has got it. The barracks is going to go down. Technical's now coming down to here, but the barracks is already whole moded and going down. Green. Oh, green. He's like literally.
You are victorious.
Probably what, 7-8 seconds, maybe 10 seconds at the very most from killing the China player. So yeah, well played. Ultimately, Shitzu had the weaker army there. Tried something funky with the aggressive war factory in the middle. If we remember back to the beginning, though, the worker did cross the war factory and did see it there, and there was very little reaction from the green player. He should have queued terrorists there to camp outside. As soon as the flamer pops out, you control fire the ground, you take it out. But yeah, if he'd have done that, maybe it would have only been a 1-minute replay. It wouldn't have been like a 12.5-minute epic replay down to the last building. I always love those that go down to the last building. You don't know who's going to win until the very last second. So well played. Shitzu gets the win with China Vanilla against the GLA Vanilla, which yeah, you would expect on that map GLA to win most of the time. However, I do think if the game is played standard and like there's less success early on, because those flamers in the beginning did loads of damage, I think Boon could have reacted a little bit better, and like he sold his supply. He didn't really get a real arms dealer until a little bit later. But yeah, ultimately, really, really good game down to the last few seconds. Okay, little surprise, little feature at the end of this replay, because I know these players are not like professional 1v1 Clan Wars players or anything like that. And if they want to listen to any tips or anything I might give here about how the GLA might have reacted differently, or if anyone else is in a similar situation or wants to help improve their GLA, then maybe this is the way to do so. Even if it helps one person, then I'm happy, that's cool. Or if no one, if you just want to skip this part, that's totally fine too. So we saw the GLA player start at the top here, and he played against China Vanilla down here. Now, what actually happened from the China Vanilla players is very unexpected, really. So it can catch you off guard sometimes, because the China Vanilla has to do something funky, really, to try and get the advantage. So an aggressive war factory here, or on the left or on the right side, is gonna probably work. The problem is, the higher level you go, and the common meta at the moment is that you will see plenty of terrorists from the GLA player as standard, and the reason that he's doing that is to counter the meta of the China Vanilla, what's happening at the moment in like the 1v1 pro scene. And the reason is, well, the thing that China Vanilla is doing a forward supply and then doing a truck rush is getting more and more common, and I see it pretty much every time. Anytime I play a decent player on this map nowadays, you're going to see a forward supply there from China Vanilla, and he's going to rush forward to the truck, and he's probably going to crush your worker if you're building a supply there or a tunnel. Or he's probably going to get in your main base, and if he gets inside of your supply line and kills all your workers, you've probably lost the game, and then that gets followed up with a flame. But that's the more traditional China Vanilla build. But in this case, we saw a war factory here, so I'm just going to play GLA as I would normally. I'm not going to do the build as if I know this is coming, but I'm going to do the build as if I think a truck rush is coming, which is like the kind of meta at the moment. And you need to be prepared, because the further and further you work up, the more you're going to get truck rush, and the more it's just going to wreck you within the first 3 minutes. So yeah, you do need to be prepared for that. So I'm just going to play completely standard. Now, whenever you play GLA in any matchup or 3v3 or whatever, I highly recommend just doing a barracks first. So whatever your first worker, you just want to drop down a barracks, and really as quick as possible, and mostly as close to the CC as possible. Occasionally, you will, on certain maps like Tournament Desert, you might want to do it a little bit closer to the center, but I think the most safe, solid, all-round build order at the moment is just to do a normal barracks, generally facing forward, because most of the time against a decent China vanilla player, you're going to get that truck rush. So you're going to drop down a barracks, and we're going to queue up 5 workers. Whenever you're GLA, if you just want to stick with a standard build, just queue up 5 workers. Now, this worker that comes out here, you're going to move that back through the CC to shave off a few seconds rather than walking around it. And you're going to drop down to your supply. This one's going to go over here to your supply. This is not a set builder. I'm just kind of improvising. My barracks is going to be on number 2. This one's going to go over here to build a tunnel. And now my first 2 units at least are going to be terrorists, because I'm expecting a truck rush could come here. That's what you should be building for. This one can just be waypointed down the side using the Alt key. And I'm going to go over here to look for I'm going to do a fake barracks, sorry, fake war factory like you did. And a tunnel. This tunnel is going to be faster than we saw in the previous game. Okay, now I see this dozer. The worker was here. I'm going to drop that down there. And suddenly, I'm going to get all my terrorists. I had 2 queued up, but now I'm going to queue up another 2, and we're going to waypoint all the way there. Now, what he's going to do, the China vanilla player, even get these over here as well. Just let everything, because you shut down this war factory. So we're upgrading that arms dealer. You shut down this war factory, and that's probably game over, because that's his main strat, and he's over. So we're helping primarily the GLA player here. But maybe we'll have a look at the China play after. So yeah, the war factory, let's say you've only got a few terrorists here, the flamer comes out, you force fire the ground, it dies. Then you fight at the war factory. It's now on like 25% HP. You now finish it off with the tunnel and with the RPGs. And trust me, now you make a technical, you get the technical veterans, so you always, by the way. Now you make a technical, you come over here, get your 5 RPGs. You can send this terrorist into his thingy line, build a thingy over here. Now you can go fast oil behind that if you really wanted to. However, because you've got the stronger army as GLA, do you really need to go for that quick oil capture? You've got the better army. The earlier the game, the more powerful GLA is against China. The longer the game goes into like mid-game, you're giving China more of a chance when he gets MiGs and Helixes, ECMs, Infernos, all that kind of stuff. But now you've shut down his war factory. You come in here, kill both trucks. Always target the trucks first, or kill a dozer or whatever. Kill both trucks, make sure they're dead, and then come over here, kill both trucks, and you probably won the game. There's a supply there, you could kill it, or you could use that terrorist for whatever. But yeah, the main point here is you're making terrorists to prepare for a truck rush, because that's the meta. But then as soon as you see the war factory, you're then going to rally them. If you did in the sneaky war factory over here, you select all your terrorists, double tap E to make sure you've selected all the terrorists, and then rally them over here. You can build a tunnel right in front of the war factory, because trust me, you shut down that war factory, it's GG for the China vanilla. So we're primarily helping the GLA player here. I won't jump into a game as China vanilla, but that build that the China vanilla player did will lose to a higher level GLA, because he will do exactly what I just did. So what you're better off doing as China vanilla, if you want to be aggressive, you could do 3 dozers, do your 2 supplies real quick, send that 1 dozer off to try and build the war factory. Maybe it does get up there. Maybe you want to do it further on this right side. I mean, it's a pretty hard map to do a sneaky war factory, because you're probably not going to do it on the left side, because it does take a hell of a long while to go over there and over there. In the middle, I'm almost 90% sure it's going to get spotted and shut down, so I don't think it's the strongest. And over here, I think it's going to get shut down as well. So actually, I don't think it's the strongest build altogether, actually. But, I mean, it can work. But because you've done 3 dozers, that first dozer that comes down the middle, if it gets killed and whatever, it doesn't really matter. You've lost 1k for the dozer, but I would always sell your CC. I wouldn't do 3 dozers and keep a CC. But yeah, running off on a tangent, the best build order if you want to be aggressive as China vanilla is a supply there with 2 dozers. You can sell your CC, I would, and then truck rush with 1 or 2 trucks. Drop a war factory here and make a flamer, and then sneak that down the sides. That's primarily going to win you more games being aggressive than what we just saw. But of course, at that level, the sneaky war factory did work, but the higher level you go, trust me, it's going to get punished, and it will cost some games. So yeah, sorry to go on a bit of a rant there, but hopefully that helps some people. If not, that's cool, and if you enjoyed it, just let me know. Leave a comment if you got any questions, or if you enjoyed these little recaps at the end of a replay cast, then yeah, let me know in the comments as well. So GG, and see you soon.